All right, so you wanted a deep dive on the Christmas Chronicles, and we are about to go full elf detective on this one.
Yeah.
We got IMDb trivia user reviews all over the place, critics even chiming in.
Yeah. It's fascinating how a movie from just 2018, already has so many opinions about it floating around.
Yeah.
Like, what's really interesting to me is it just another holiday flick to throw on while you're wrapping presents?
Right.
Or does it have that special something to, make it a true Christmas classic?
Ooh, that's a good point. So for anybody who hasn't seen it, it's about Kate and Teddy. They're
Right.
siblings, still dealing with the loss of their dad,
Yeah.
and decide the best way to cope is to prove Santa is real once and for all.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty ambitious.
Definitely. And that grief is important.
Yeah.
That sets the emotional stage.
Yeah.
They're not just looking for a jolly guy in a red suit. They're looking for something to believe in again.
Right.
Something to bring back a bit of that magic that's gone missing from their lives.
Exactly. And they get more than they bargained for. I mean, Kurt Russell as Santa,
Oh, yeah.
that's not exactly the image that pops into your head when you think Christmas morning.
Right.
I mean, he's cool. He's a little rebellious.
Yeah.
He's even kind of sarcastic at times.
It's a far cry from the traditional Santa Claus,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And I think Russell's history playing Elvis, brings this rock star energy to the role.
Oh, totally.
Remember that scene where he's singing in jail?
Oh, yeah.
Pure charisma, almost like a holiday concert.
Makes you wonder if Santa's got a secret past as a rock and roll legend.
Right.
But speaking of surprises, the trivia for this movie is wild.
Yeah.
Did you know the baseball card he gives out is a Mickey Mantle rookie card?
Oh, wow.
Apparently, back in 2018, right around when this movie came out, a mint condition one sold for almost $3 million.
Now that's a valuable stocking stuffer.
Yeah.
And it makes you think about belief, on another level.
Yeah.
What makes something valuable?
Right.
Is it the object itself or the meaning and memories we attach to it?
Whoa.
A
Deep thoughts for Christmas.
little Christmas philosophy.
Yeah, but before we get too existential,
Yeah.
I have to mention this.
Okay.
The IMDb trivia points out a little goof with Kate's age.
Uh-huh.
In one scene, she's a baby in 2007,
Right.
but then in 2018, Teddy says she's 10, almost 11.
Oh.
Seems like somebody lost track of the years there.
Little continuity errors like that are always fun to catch.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if even Santa's elves can mess up sometimes.
Yeah.
But then you've got those details that are intentionally left open-ended,
Okay.
like that dedication in the credits. For Peggy.
Yeah.
Who is Peggy?
Yeah.
What's her connection to the film?
Right.
It's these little mysteries that keep us engaged, even after the credits roll.
I love that.
Yeah.
And speaking of things that keep you engaged, let's talk about the audience reactions.
Okay.
Because the reviews for this movie are all over the place.
Yeah.
Some people absolutely adore it, while others find it pretty predictable.
It's fascinating how those opinions reflect what people want from a Christmas movie.
Okay.
Are they looking for that warm, fuzzy nostalgia?
Mm-hmm.
Or are they looking for something edgier and more unexpected?
Right.
The Christmas Chronicles leans toward the latter, I think.
It does. And then you have these really unique personal takes.
Yeah.
There was this review from a grandma and grandpa watching it with their grandkids.
Yeah.
They loved it, clearly loved the family aspect of it.
That's the beauty of these user reviews.
Yeah.
They offer these little glimpses into how the movie landed with different people.
Right?
It reminds us there's no one right way to interpret a story,
Exactly.
especially a Christmas story.
Especially a Christmas story. And then you've got those reviewers who, shall we say, have a very specific perspective.
Oh, yeah.
Like the one who found Kurt Russell as Santa way too attractive.
Interesting.
Hey, I'm not judging, but it definitely adds a whole new layer to the whole Santa Claus is coming to town thing.
It's those unexpected takes that make these reviews so fun.
Yeah.
It reminds us that even within a genre like Christmas movies, there's always room for surprise and humor.
Speaking of humor,
Yeah.
there was one review that compared the Christmas Chronicles to Ernest Saves Christmas.
Mm.
Now, I wouldn't have made that connection myself,
Okay.
but the more I think about it, I kind of see it.
Yeah.
That blend of slapstick comedy, heartfelt moments,
Mm.
and a healthy dose of Christmas magic. It's definitely there.
It's a fascinating comparison.
It is.
It highlights how the Christmas Chronicles might not be breaking new ground,
Right.
but it's playing with familiar tropes in a fresh, engaging way.
So after all this, the deep dive into the plot, the trivia, the themes, and those wildly entertaining user reviews, what's the verdict?
Yeah. Does the Christmas Chronicles earn a spot on your list of all-time favorite Christmas movies?
I mean, to answer that, we need to go beyond the surface.
Yeah.
Past the sleigh chases and the CGI elves and into
Mhm.
the heart of the story itself. And I gotta be honest, some of the reviews mentioning deeper themes got me really intrigued.
Nah.
Like, I want to talk about those.
All right, let's dig in.
So we talk about the cool, the hilarious trivia, even some questionable math with Kate's age.
Right.
But now I want to get into like these deeper themes.
Yeah.
You mentioned some of the reviews hinted at some pretty heavy stuff, like grief and loss and stuff mixed in with all the Christmas magic.
It's interesting how the Christmas Chronicles manages to weave all those things together
Yeah.
without ever getting too preachy or heavy-handed.
Right.
It's still a fun, action-packed Christmas movie.
Yeah.
But underneath all that, there's this exploration of family healing and rediscovering belief.
Yeah, it's not just about saving Christmas. It's about these characters saving themselves in a way.
Right.
Like Teddy is so clearly struggling to cope with his dad's death.
Yeah.
And Kate, even though she's younger, she's trying so hard to hold on to that childlike wonder while everything around her is falling apart.
And that's where Santa comes in. It's like unconventional, almost rebellious Santa.
Yeah.
He's not just delivering presents. He's delivering a chance for these kids to reconnect with each other and with the magic that's been missing.
You know, it makes me think about those classic Christmas tales.
Oh, yeah?
Like A Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
You've got that same kind of transformation happening.
Right.
That idea of finding redemption through, helping others.
Yeah.
Except instead of Scrooge, it's a cool Santa with a rock and roll vibe.
I see that. It definitely echoes that classic message of believing in something bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
Which so many holiday stories are about.
Right. But the Christmas Chronicles adds these modern twists. Like Santa questions his own image. He breaks the rules.
He does.
He even rocks out in jail.
That jail scene, so good.
So good.
Yeah.
I get the Elvis connection.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it always reminds me more of the Blues Brothers.
Really?
It's like that mix of rock and soul
Okay.
with Santa leading the band.
It shows that Santa isn't just this one-dimensional jolly figure.
Yeah.
He's got depth. He's got complexities.
Right.
And maybe even a bit of a rebellious streak.
And speaking of rebellious streaks, remember that specific car he steals?
Oh, yeah.
It's a 2014 Dodge Challenger.
Interesting choice.
Now, I'm no car expert.
Yeah.
But that doesn't exactly scream Santa's sleigh, does it?
That detail always makes me chuckle.
Yeah.
It's not just a random choice, though.
Okay.
It reflects Santa's character arc.
How so?
It shows his willingness to break the rules.
Okay.
To step outside that traditional Santa mold to get things done.
Interesting. So the car itself is like a symbol of his rebellious side.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's one thing that bugs me.
What's that?
What happened to all that camcorder footage?
Okay.
Kate's filming everything and then poof, the tape is gone.
Right.
Does Santa have some kind of memory erasing power we don't know about?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Right.
And it's one of those details that's left open to interpretation. Did Santa erase the footage to protect the magic?
Right.
Did Kate just lose the tape in the chaos?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a metaphor for how some memories are better cherished than documented.
Whoa, that's deep.
Yeah.
And it kind of gets to the heart of what we're trying to figure out here.
What's that?
What makes a Christmas movie truly timeless?
Right.
Is it about those dazzling special effects and wild plot twists? Or is it about the emotional moments, the themes that stay with you long after the credits roll?
I think it's a bit of both.
Okay.
You need that surface level entertainment.
Yeah.
The fun and excitement that makes you want to watch it again and again.
Right.
But for a movie to become a classic, it needs that extra layer, those deeper themes that resonate with people.
And the Christmas Chronicles definitely seems to be going for both.
It does.
All right, so we've dug into the story, analyzed the characters, even debated the deeper meaning behind a stolen car.
We have.
But ultimately it comes down to this. Does the Christmas Chronicles have what it takes to stand alongside those other beloved holiday classics?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
And I think the answer lies in what resonates with you as a viewer.
Okay.
What did you take away from the movie?
Yeah.
What moments stayed with you?
Ooh, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And it's a perfect segue into our final thoughts.
Okay.
Because we've got one more piece of this puzzle to explore.
What's that?
the user reviews. And let me tell you, these folks did not hold back.
They did not.
Okay. So we talked about the movie itself, the trivia, the themes, but now it's time to hear what you thought.
Yeah.
Because for this deep dive, we didn't just stop at the usual sources. We went digging into those user reviews.
And they are a mix.
They really are.
I mean, some folks absolutely love this movie, called the best Christmas movie ever made.
Yeah.
Others, not so much.
Yeah.
They found it predictable, cliche-ridden,
Yeah.
maybe a little too reliant on, CGI magic.
Yeah. It's amazing how one movie can spark such different reactions.
It really is.
Like, there was this one review that really stuck with me. It was from these grandparents who watched the movie with their grandkids.
Oh.
And they just absolutely loved it. They were gushing about how much they loved it,
Yeah.
talking about how it reminded them of the true spirit of Christmas.
That's the beauty of these user reviews.
Yeah.
They offer these little glimpses into how the movie landed with different people.
Right.
Reminds us there's no one right way to interpret a story.
Exactly.
Especially a Christmas.
Especially a Christmas story. And then you have those reviewers who, shall we say, have a very specific perspective.
Okay.
Like the one who found Kurt Russell as Santa way too attractive.
Okay.
I'm not judging, but it definitely adds a whole new layer to the whole Santa Claus is coming to town thing.
It's those unexpected takes that make these reviews so fun to read.
Right.
They remind us that even within a genre like Christmas movies, there's always room for surprise and humor.
Speaking of humor, there was this one review that compared the Christmas Chronicles to Ernest Saves Christmas.
Interesting.
I wouldn't have made that connection myself.
Yeah.
But the more I think about it, I kind of see it.
Okay.
That blend of slapstick comedy, heartfelt moments, and a healthy dose of Christmas magic.
Yeah.
It's there.
It's a fascinating comparison.
It is.
It highlights how the Christmas Chronicles might not be breaking entirely new ground.
Right.
But it's playing with those familiar tropes in a fresh, engaging way.
So after all this, the deep dive into the plot, the trivia, the themes, and those wildly entertaining user reviews, what's the verdict?
Yeah.
Does the Christmas Chronicles have what it takes to earn a spot on your list of all-time favorite Christmas movies?
That's the question we want to leave you with.
Okay.
We've given you the information, the analysis, the different perspectives.
Right.
But ultimately, the decision is yours.
Yeah.
Watch the movie.
Right.
Pay attention to what stands out to you, what makes you laugh, what tugs at your heartstrings.
Exactly. And then ask yourself, does this movie have that special something, that magical blend of entertainment and heart?
Right.
That makes it more than just another holiday flick?
Yeah.
Does it have the potential to become a classic, a movie you return to year after year, maybe even share with future generations?
We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
And while you're at it, let us know what other holiday movies deserve the deep dive treatment.
Yeah.
Because we're always up for uncovering those hidden gems and exploring the stories behind the stories.
Until then, keep believing in the magic and happy holidays.